approach. Maybe this is straight up B split coming in here towards drop down another platform. Fallen is the utility player on the CT side. He's got one smoke but no kits.
Fast play from TSM. 3 players already down drop. Smoke out from Fallen is going to force them out toward the B site. That's where the stack is. And the late rotation from Fur may not even need to come into effect because they've already found kills. Taco and FNX taking down Semphis. It's a bit of a bloodbath right now, especially with automatic going down TSM. They thought they were going to be so aggressive. They thought they were going to get into the site, and Fur gets a knife. It's sick with only 1 kill in return. That's big money built up, and what a round from LG. They read that so perfectly.
How well played was that from Fallen? He spots that fast rush coming in, a very common tactic, especially towards that drop-down area, and he smokes off the window. You could see TSM was like, well, can't go through there anymore, going to have to run back through to the bomb site, and he just gets there, completely wrecks them as they come through. This night, how did Twist not get that kill? That's kind of nuts. But there it is.
Money, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. We are hoping for a strong start here from TSM. It does not actually come into fruition. We're going to be going to the second round. No bomb planted, so it will be the force by Deagles and Tech9s. A couple of flashbangs and armor, of course. And this will be focusing towards the A side this time. We have got one player in the form of automatic over towards B, but he'll be there for the rotations. If his teammates can find an opening kill and make the CT make their way towards A, that's when he comes in for the backstep to Fallen with that Max 7. Doesn't land the first shot, but does a ton of damage here. Can they get the reply? They can't. FNS falls down.
Nade back in, further damage. Such a profound noise that this gun makes so now, but it's already making noise in the ears of TSM because it's got a kill and some decent damage. However, they suddenly pull this back as Fur comes out to try and pincer them in with Fallen. He goes down as well. It's FNX that needs to spray through, and Famas can't hold the ground. It's going to be Semphis that picks up that kill, and they've got a man advantage, but 6 on 2 HP. Semphis on 40. He's the one with the gun picked up.
Man advantage for sure. And time to play as well. Over a minute. And Cold Zera. He's investigating the situation here. He's got the UMP in hand and a flashbang available, but as that TSM will be heading towards B. They've got Semphis on the M4 for now. As flashbangs available, they just want to get a plant down at this point, and that will make things very uncomfortable indeed. You can see Luminosity are split, they're not sticking together. In a lot of these situations, the CTs will try and use the buddy system, but considering the circumstance, someone has to step out. Will be Taco now. He's got the M4 towards the back of the site.
And they've split up the defense by using this time. Rather than playing the buddy system and go for the retake, LG is elected to anchor each site individually. It's Taco that's on B. And behind the statue, wrapping around as they are, this is a very open angle for him to try and hold. He doesn't know which way to look. It's so easy. Sick with 2 HP, doesn't even need to take a battle, just gets a quick headshot with the Deagle. It's all onto Cold Zera. He's got a kit, a UMP, and at this range, UMP is still a difficult proposition. Semphis spotted him originally when he came around that corner, hence the flashbang and pulling Sick over to try and give additional support. Another flash, that won't catch Cold. He's sitting in the corner trying to wait for them to make a mistake to work themselves out into the open. That's the first kill, Sick on 2. Remember, he's got the Deagle, he's got the lineup on the headshot. Cold can't find it, but as he wraps around, he becomes more and more vulnerable. Sick, he's evaded him, he's buying so much time, and he's pulled it off.
TSM, after losing the pistol, they bite back. It's the Desert Eagles and Tech9s, and it looked like Luminosity had it tied up. It was Fallen going towards long A at the start of the round. Did a ton of damage and found the first kill, but it got sloppy there. Once they picked up that Fallen UMP, they actually managed to find a couple of exchanges in the 2 versus 2 situation. Well, 3 versus 2 situation doesn't work out. As the TSM, like you said, running down the timer and getting the CTs questioning their setup. One player towards B, he drops as soon as they come out with that Desert Eagle. And it's going to be a semi-force by Luminosity. They're coming in with CZ57s, HG grenades, and head armor on Fur and FNX. Not going to be stacking towards B. There are only 3 players there, but let's see if Taco can open things up from the steps area. There's him coming in. It's going to be all 5 players committed. And there it is, fully blind, of course. He takes down Sick with the headshot, but Twist replies.
Good find onto Taco down below the wall as they check every angle. Good shot from Cold Zera. He's got 2 with the Deagle, and it drops the ball momentarily, but 1:24. Look how much damage it's done now. Look how much time it's delayed. They get the kill. It's down to the one-on-one as Semphis pulls it back against Fallen. Bomb to his left. Grabbable, but Fur's facing it. He's actually, this is so good. Semphis doesn't know where he's going, and Fur's flanked him out. What a start by Cold.
Those Deagle shots, it looked like he was hungry for more as well. He did run out of ammo. That was the problem. He probably could have got it as well. TSM, this has been a massive problem for them. We've talked about it so many times on Line Map. When they have these anti-eco situations, they don't run the defaults. They don't actually spread out across the map and get information. They just go 5 players all into a certain position, which can work some of the time, sure, but it's such a high-risk play. You don't know what's going on. You don't even run into a stack or any sort of crossfire there. And unfortunately, waiting for them on the other side, that Cold Zera Deagle, he takes down 2, and there's so much attention focused towards him. His teammates can come in and do a ton of damage as well. Come down to the 1 versus 1. That's Luminosity come out on top. It's not going to be the force fight for TSM this time. They're going to have some upgraded pistols, a bit of body armor, but the double orbs to Luminosity. It's going to be Fallen and Cold Zera, of course. That's such a deadly combo. So strong working together.
So slow it down now on the TSM side. Back to these pistols. They've gone passive in the site, knowing they're up against them, getting that information at the bottom of mid early on. They did get a chance wallbang through the door onto Fur, but with pistol. And as he was fading away, it's only down to 61 HP for him. So he plays back on top of HUD. Good information, good position to be in, elevated. There's so many angles in this A site that are elevated. It's so hard to smoke it off effectively. It's almost as if they need to find a Molotov that lands on top of that HUD and forces them away, but they're gonna go for the crossfire, falling to bait them in. AWP, Fur, he's in the corner behind him in the barrels, and FNX getting the first kill. Fur's gonna go ahead and take the initiative to peek out in front of the wall. It finds Twist. Zephyr's only with 1 kill back, but this wrap around, he's got good position. He's trying to catch them off. It's spotted by FNX. And good pick by Sick, but how much could they really work with 40 seconds and not much ground? A bomb down in the open. It's spotted by LG right now.
Yeah, they had the bomb. Could have been a possibility to get towards that B side, but it is down. Trying to do what they can in this 3 versus 2. Sick in a decent position there, but it will be going in favor of Luminosity. The worst eco in the world. They get 2 kills and an opportunity for more, but it does fall in favor of Luminosity. 3-1 now, and we do go to the next gun round here. No AWP available for Semfis, that's for sure. It's going to be 4 AKs and a Gillo in the hand of Twist. Economy's not fantastic. You can see they have got 4 smokes, 1 Molotov, few flashbangs here, but not amazing stuff. And we'll see how Luminosity decide to go with this one. It's not a double AWP setup anymore, just going to be Cold Zero on that weapon, funnily enough. And we'll see whether he likes to go for that initial pick towards that steps area. When he get boosted up towards drop down, we'll see what he decides to do.
Fur aggressive at A long. Gets to Bales. Automatic waiting for that push in the courtyard, but right now all the action early in the round is over toward B. Sick boosted up. Right side boxes at the long B tunnels, and there's just briefly showing you automatic waiting for any chance push from Fur, but he's actually rotated back around conservatively toward the site. And a smoke out at the top of drop. They can't go through just yet. They've got Taco and Fallen addressing right now the platform position, as FNX was able to spot that from the window.
Nade.
Yeah, the nade damage is significant, as FNS is down to 10 and Twist on 55 already.
Yeah, that is getting ripped apart before any real confrontation has actually come in yet. And there's TSM. No real estate gathered so far. They're waiting for these smokes to dissipate and then can make their next move. They still have those 4 smokes available, so they could go for a full-on set piece here. If they can eliminate Cold Zero at the back of the side, that'd be amazing, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Let's see if they decide to do the wall of smokes here.
There's 4 to work with still, in terms of smokes. Molotov thrown from the CT side off box. Delay them further on that entry. 38 seconds to work with, and they're going to go over drop. Fallen just spotting it. This time flashes in rather than the smoke. Good shot to find FNS, trying to hold the angle. And now FNX has the relayed information that they've made it through at least to the arch room. The secondary room at that drop position, and Twist, you'd think Taco would have been playing more conservatively. He gets caught in the open, but it is responded as FNX and Cold set up across. It's down at Cold inside a chicken coop, but it's bomb dropped, and 6 still limited to this platform as the rotations were swift. So even though they took down that trump position, they still can't get toward the site.
It's the default round at the start. The problem is they're not really showing their hand towards anywhere else but those B halls. They're not applying any pressure, taking vision away from CTs towards middle, taking them back towards the A site. It's pretty clean cover. They go towards B. And it's a pretty lackluster SQ in my opinion as well. They're going towards drop down, getting found out straight away, losing that first frag. They're fuddled into the side, and they're not winning these duels at all. And Luminosity come out in the 2 versus 1. I feel like TSM needs to be a little bit more creative with their execution, but we'll see what happens in round number 6. I think it is an eco at this point. We have Desert Eagles PD50s and no grenades whatsoever. 1 flashbang, that's going to be it. And you can see Luminosity reading this perfectly. That's just full control of the economy game there. 2 MP9s and a UMP that is going to be completely mowing them down and seeing what they can find in terms of cash.
With smoke at the bottom of mid because they know there's aggression at long. They don't want to have to give up 2 positions. Nice shot from Fur, 2 with the MP9, building up a little bit of money. He's down at 3rd as well. Over to the pistol, it's Fallen, then has to come out and support with the M4. As Sick, a little bit of nade damage is left in a 1 versus 4. Bomb down around the corner, has to go toward it.
Yeah, well, this round is obviously over. 6 is trying to, once again, hope someone gets a little bit impatient. There it comes. Can't find the kill, but it's Taco with a jumping MP9 shot to finish things off. And they must increase their lead here, 5-1. Money's still not fantastic for TSM. They could get a glass cannon orb if they so wish. But we'll see how we look. Let's check in with Sick. How's he getting on? This is a much better performance here in terms of the amount of frags he's getting. He's on 5 and 5 right now. But still, no one really having any serious impact here as we enter round number 7. It's going to be 5 AKs once more. They do have full utility this time, TSM. So they could, I would say, go for the default to the start. You need to be absolutely showing your hand towards A. You need to keep the CTs guessing to somewhat. You can't go B every single time. But this is better. You can see on the minimap right now, they will be adjusting and actually looking for the information towards A. The problem is Luminosity have adjusted as well.
Yeah, they read it so well. They just predicted that, all right, they've had no success. Surely they're going to change it at one point in time or another. And they read it right. Taco in toward danger, Cold to bait them in, and Fur waiting on the bales. It's a nice crossfire setup at long with good information. But TSM's not fully committed to this. Yes, you're right. They're putting more aggression here, but they still have automatic and sick with bomb over toward the B tunnels if this doesn't work out, and they have not gone around the corner. They've spotted Cold, smoke out. Semphis and Twist are going to fall back slightly.
Yeah, so any information they wanted to get towards that long area having smoked down now. So once again, back to B it is. As they make their way towards drop down. The thing is, Luminosity are more than happy not to have any presence to drop down whatsoever. They just have Fallen normally watching it, or FNX this time as well. Just spotting for the information. It's quite a safe position at that point. You get a spot ahead, have a shot, fall back. And it will be 5 players for the North American side. Flashing over towards B. Fallen watching it like a hawk, that broken wall area.
Has to turn his attention slightly, though, due to that smoke on the window, so he can limit TSM and drop, because he's the one that's in the open, but he walks back out. And through the flames, Twist gets an easy shot into the back of Fallen. That gives the man advantage to TSM on entry, and they are quite good at entering on this B site, more so because LG had that early A stance. They've got the bomb site, and now with the smoke out, Automatic's got a plant. FNS covers off Taco. Fur's going for a very long rotation. This is working well, but LG's not done just yet. Cold comes in with the AWP, finds Automatic. Good pick from Semphis. Cold's desperate to find that shot. It's FNS that flanks him around. He came back out the window, dropping Fur 1 versus 3. Kit, not a lot of time, all things considered.
Yeah, it's going to be a round going in favor of TSM. It will be 5-2. Fur is towards drop down.
Money's not great on LG's side either, so it's not like he can afford to just pull guns away from them.
Yeah, we'll be saving this weapon at this point. I feel like Fallen, that was a bit of a misplay from him, a rare misplay at that. He gets the information from his teammate, they've lost control of drop down room, he throws a Molotov in towards that area, but he just jumps straight in front of it. Sure, he's got an incendiary on the floor, but still, it's not like he can shoot behind it. That's still a possibility. He gets taken down with the AWP in his hand, doesn't have any impact on that round, and TSM capitalize, and they find round number 2 here. Money, like I said, not great for Luminosity whatsoever. These rounds have been pretty close, and they are going to be forcing this one. So we've got 2 M4s, a UMP, and Max 7 on Fallen. Make it 3 M4s now, Attacker chiming in.
And that's all due to the fact that they could drop 1 gun at the very least. But it also, at the same time, you talk about importance of a round. This is a very significant one. In fact, probably the most significant round we've had yet, because both teams are fragile in terms of the economy. This is a reset for TSM as well. Hence the force, hence the justification for Luminosity, knowing that they can easily reset them and set full control again for them if they do so.
Well, here we go. Semphis has got the AWP this time. They're getting a stronger position. Finding a couple of rounds here on the T side. Still very early days here in the first half. Round number 8 comes in. It's going to be a full default here from North American side. Twister sending out the smoke. They go towards the end of long A. Takes away any all potential they may have towards the back of that area.
A little bit slow and cautious. Again, Automatic Twist over toward A. No push this time from Luminosity on that side of the map. Fur's actually waiting beside the door at the bottom of middle in the corner. It's not an easy position to check as they set for Semphis to go for the opening pick. That B long. FNS, bomb in hand. It lead the charge. No Molotov, aside from 1 on Automatic to clear out that stairwell just yet. Wall of smoke's coming in, 1 on top of the tree. That's gonna limit Taco's vision. Hence Cold Zero throwing out some utility in return, a flashbang, but it's actually a wraparound. TSM's trying to sell this as if they're going to go through that wall of smoke, and this is actually brilliant. They catch FNX. They're all waiting, LG, inside of the smoke, thinking, all right, come on in, we're ready for you to enter inside of the B site as you would, and they've wrapped back around onto A. Fallen's now segregated entirely.
Yeah, he thought stable just for the Max 7 as well. He's getting pushed by Twist from long A. If he can find that first kill, what she does is a headshot. Sick here, trying to step up, he can't find a single kill. Automatic takes down Cold Zero, but still, equal exchanges here. The man advantage going towards TSM though. 2 versus 1, it's up to Fur. A significant damage towards Semphis, still a lot of work to do here. And there it is though, TSM, like you said, very creative round there. Showing their hand towards B with all those smokes towards the bomb site there. And is going all in towards A. Luminosity took the bait and then some. It was just Fallen who was there with the Max 7 by himself. He gets 1, it gives his position away, and the retakes is not possible there for the CTs.
So clever, because LG were hook, line, and sinker bought into it. They even went inside of the smokes to wait for a chance to flash through, and TSM just wraps immediately behind them.
Well then, they have broken the economy now. For Luminosity, of course, that was the force buy, so they're just going to have pistols this time, but You never know what's going to happen with Luminosity and pistols, but to be fair, they haven't been heavily upgraded this time. Just one Deagle and a P250, that's it, with no grenades. So you can feel like this is almost a guaranteed round for TSM as they close the gap in round number 9. Should be 5-4 at this stage. Basically, they just don't want to give any kills away whatsoever. They want to make sure they keep 5 players alive here, swallow the economy on the T side, and give themselves a bed of money to work with going forward. What's the Luminosity money right now? What will they have next?
Not much even still. I mean, they'll get a 3rd round into this. They should be able to buy up. Fallen just going to have enough for an AWP if they want to, as he stayed at 2,800 this time by.
Okay. So that's why they've gone with this full eco this round pretty much. They want to see if they can actually squeeze a buyout or be tight. But that justifies why they've got absolutely nothing to work with this time. So once again though, TSM, I did say this was a problem before, they never really split in these anti-eco situations. They stick as a 5, they seem to think this is the best protocol. For me, it's not. But in this scenario, considering there's no upgraded pistols and there's no real presence from Luminosity, this is absolutely fine. It worked out in this instance. But real problems, you remember in that first game we saw from TSM, is pushing up middle together and getting locked down by the crossfires. This will be a very simple effort for them though. Into the site. Do check out Chicken Coop this time. We did see that time and time again yesterday. Seem to be the interesting position. It always seems to come out trump sometimes, but there we go. Heads there up. B250 and drop down. Hoping someone walks into his crosshair. 2-man
push up toward that alleyway though. As soon as he pops out, FNS will be able to bait off of his teammate and go for the trade kill. FNX meanwhile looking for exits at the connector doorway. And unlikely that they really go for much in this other than economic damage. FNS does get dropped by Cole. Smart pick by him, but it's going to be closed out as Sick and Twist. Again, hot on this map. They're able to close the kills, and I mention that because Sick, remember, first game, not great. He's up to 7 and 6 this time. Sempus leads at 9 kills total. Twist also on 7. But it's the buy-in from LG, and as mentioned, Fallen, he saved just enough to get an AWP out and armor, so we'll see if that pays off for them. Still a single up setup, and they go against Sempus, who also has his, and he's got enough money for an op in the next round as well.
Well, it feels like we've got a game on our hands at least, map. TSM now closing the gap. There's just 1 round in it. This one will bring it to 5-5, and still a pretty difficult buy for the CTs. 1 AWP, a FAMAS, no kits, and a lack of utility as well. You can see Fallen. He's in the danger room, looking for that first pick, spots a leg, actually hits it as well, but it doesn't do enough damage to get the kill. 84 to be exact, so Twist goes down. And they know of his position as well, so once again, they're sticking to this 5-man unit. It's more than happy to do it and trying to pride the CTs with the fast plays. A couple of flashbangs and a smoke towards connect. That's probably all it's going to take before they make the move into the bomb site.
Clear out the corner boost, and now entering through. Good nade. Twist on 16, FNS gets hit by that, he goes to 78, and Fallen's waiting to line this up, but they made it through stables, which kind of prohibits him from going for the safe peek. And the Molotov just wraps far enough, he tries to hit the shot behind the broken, or the half wall. Second Molotov, that one won't make it far enough, it's smoked out as well. He can sit here, but he won't have vision, he won't be able to help. It's Fur now inside the back of the site that's really trying to foil the plans, and they're gonna check it. Good shot, good reaction, low HP in front of him on Twist, but he can't get that far. Good pickup as he does take automatic, perhaps more than he was worth in that position, giving up his angle, but it's now down to the 2 versus 2, and it's Cold and Taco that have to make this work. Jumping in, a full commitment from 16. Bomb. He has bomb and he jumps down. Cold takes Twist immediately after. He could have had a safe plan.
That's such an all-in play. What's he playing at? Bomb on his back and jumps to the wall. Has got no backup from his team as well. That's a misplay from Sick there. Just needed to get the plan down to make it a little bit more comfortable with the CTs. Like we said, they had no kits, but Luminosity do win the round. They managed to salvage 2 AWPs from that as well, so they're building their money back up here. TSM don't want to take their foot off the pedal whatsoever, so they're going to be forcing into this. 1 player will be on a Tech 9, that's FNS. Not necessarily the end of the world in terms of what that weapon can do, especially on those full set-piece executions, which we know TSM have available on this map. I'd say that would be a great call at this point. Try and shut down those double orbs and take them out of the round. Here comes the boost. We've seen this a lot. Normally with the AWP, it's to counter any players trying to get intel towards that new steps area. But not going to be the case this time. It's got a passive setup. Cold Zero just playing towards Chicken Coop. Yeah, there's been a few blunders for TSM in terms of these tight situations when really big rounds as well. One that comes to mind is on Overpass, obviously the 5-on-3, and that one obviously not as close, but or not as much of an advantage, I should say, but they still make some very bad decisions in those big rounds.
Interestingly, it was, and I don't think it was Sick's call on that, but it was him that had the bomb in that situation too. I imagine that was a team call. Don't plant. Let's get some establishment made, some positions gained, but Taco this time, so LG taking advantage of this position again. Timing, if it's late, you can try and get there and hold it off. He'll do exactly that with the M4. He's not going to peek. He's just going to wait and try and lure them in. Remember, They need a Molotov to clear this. They have two, but they haven't elected to use one. The flash is down, and that gives Taco an easy position to take at least one kill. Good response from Sick, but as they're distracted, Cold's got a shooting gallery, and he'll take two. Again, Sick, though, snapping back, so making up for the last round. Smoke goes down, this time immediately to the plant, so not the same mistake twice, at least. And a boost up, though. They're going to try and get Fur on this flank rotation coming in from the B hallway. Fallen needs to make some noise and keep them busy, keep them occupied, because Automatic on the stairwell could actually figure this out. Spots him as he gets close, but loses the duel. Fur takes him down, and now Sick, he's got players on both sides of him. He has to force the issue on one or the other, and he goes after Fallen. He's trying to hunt him down, but look at the HP, it's so low. Even with the AWP, if he swapped to the pistol, he'd have a chance. Missed shot, uncharacteristic from Fallen. And that finds Sick up in his space. No scope doesn't come in. Fallen closes it. They'll get the defuse.
Oh, Fallen. Looking a bit rusty here on the second map. That was a shot in the back he missed out as well, and a bit scrappy on that PB50 kill, but regardless, they win the round. It's going to be 6-4 here. Make it 7-4, in fact, but TSM do get the bomb down. No money available to really go for the force buy here. They could get a partial buy going maybe with some upgraded pistols here, but Cold Zero, like you said, with the AWP, no real pressure applied here, no vision taken away. With the flashbangs or smokes, he gets 2 kills, and Sick did what he could in that 2 versus 1 situation, just couldn't really get rolling there. 7-4, it's going to be the force buy in Evan TSM. Okay, so 2 AKs, Tech-9s, Desert Eagles, they have got utilities as well. Once again, all 5 players straight towards B. They're very B-focused, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean,
which is absolutely fine, but most teams will run a default at the start and actually show something at the start.
TSM, we talked about economic situations in previous matches. Well, this time it's all in all the time. Another force to try and go against this. The smoke's down, and a boost coming up, a reverse boost coming up. Twist, does he spot it though? Taco, he hears him there. He can't find him in the smoke. They're going to push through, and he doesn't know which way to look, so Twist gets both kills. It starts so well, even with these pistols. They're getting everything. It's TSM. It's now FNS to take Cold. And it's all down to Fallen 1 versus 5, so their force buy situations have actually been quite good. Remember, they almost won one on overpass on the second round with the single AK, picking up a FAMAS early on this map. They've won 2 of them. It's Fallen just trying to salvage his AWP. Is going to pick up Sempus, but with a decent amount of time still left on that bomb, they'll start to hunt him down.
Seems like Twist is so good at opening up these bomb sites. He did it so over and over again on the first map. This time he gets boosted up and finds 2 kills. It's quite a nice execution there from TSM, getting out of the broken wall area, realizing that Luminosity aren't being too aggressive. They're allowing Cold Zero to sit at the back of the site and try and get those AWP shots towards that upper platform. This is the play now. Twist, once he gets boosted, good shot onto FNX, and just great awareness there. Gets a good call from his teammate that Taco is waiting behind the smoke. There he is. But
probably has to, I suppose he probably just finished his high school exams. Does he probably has to study after this game?
He's 16 years old.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's insane.
But the money situation, with that force buy and with that win, they know Luminosity is still broke, and they're going to put them back onto pistols again. Here they do go for armor. They can justify that much of a force, as it is round 13, and with a save in the next and the bonus in the third, if they have to, they can play for the round 15 with a decent buy still, but they want to take this back. They want to try and break down TSM. FNS not going to have it. He takes Fallen. And Fur's trying to get the sound triggers. He looks to the wall at long and exactly where they're going, and he's playing the off angle. Goes for the early peek, catches Sick with the nade out. 1 goes down. Twist tries to find him in that corner. Cheeky peek, but not the right crosshair placement. Twist a little bit further forward than Fur expected. And FNX going to play cannons instead of barrels, trying to find them on the way through. Flank not going to work out for the first player. That's FNX, but Cold, he'll at least pick up a rifle off this. He's the last alive. They spotted Taco at that position on barrels, and look at this play, though.
They knew exactly where he is. Is there any reason to really face him? But there you go. Still a 2-on-1. They have the advantage for sure. And they smoke him out of long A once again. That should be the round decided at this point. Danger eliminated, considering Cordero doesn't have the kit, but he looks like he wants more out of this. Seeing if anyone else will dare face him, like Automatic just did. He goes and must equip actually right next to each other. If he came around at the right time, he could get the double spray down here. You'd hate to see it happen, but he does back out of the round. That's got a little bit too tight there, but you can see TSM have taken some notes away throughout this tournament. We kind of criticize them quite a lot on Cobble, especially their anti-eco approaches of rushing up middle time and time again and getting completely wrecked by pistols when they had a crossfire set up. This time they are splitting towards long A. They are going towards middle together. Coming out at the same time, you can see the CT can't really handle it, and they don't have any flashbangs or smokes to work with. So that's a much better way to approach those situations. And it's now 7-6. A decent game here so far. Problem is, though, Luminosity on their T side, they really are going to go to town. So every round is valuable here. If they can win the half, that'd be amazing.
Well, I mean, they've got a chance right now to tie this up on 7, as once again, with the aggressive pistol buys, Luminosity didn't give themselves much of an option for this one. They do have Cold again, saving that AK-47 over. They can justify a few P250s.
Do we have a pause coming in?
I think it's technical. Twist says technical, so they are fixing an issue.
Well, by the looks of things, you're absolutely right. Yeah, TSM will be picking up round number 7. Nothing really purchased or even available to purchase for Luminosity here. P250s, a couple of smokes.
Look back at some of the action throughout the course of this game. As for hydrates, were you inspired by that? I noticed you went for a drink immediately after as well.
It's important, man. Everyone make sure it's a hot day today. Let's make sure we're keeping hydrated.
But I have to say, again, on this map, TSM, their approach, well, you mentioned it, specifically their anti-eco's looking better, but it's aggressive force buys, winning them again, finding good entries onto the B site, and Sick and Twist, they have this dynamic duo always set up so far, and we criticized him and wondered if he'd bounce back being so young, both Sick and Twist for that matter, after the first map, but Sick's definitely delivered in this game.
Yeah, those are the people we need arriving for TSM if they're going to have any chance. Let's not forget, this is the world #1 team, Luminosity. TSM aren't even ranked in the top 20 right now. And they've come here, they're in a semi-final of a huge tournament. Over the course of the year, we're giving away $3.5 million here. And that's kind of nuts. When TSM was first formed, it was kind of the joke of the CSGO scene, right? Especially in North America.
It was almost like the leftovers.
Yeah, right? It was like, okay, FNS, he's just left his team and he's considered probably the worst player in terms of mechanical skill. And he joins TSM, but as Semper said yesterday, they're basing this around the young talent that has available in NA, possibly the guys who won't get a chance to play, and that's Sick, that's Twist. Automatic as well has been very impressive throughout the tournament. So the old guard and Semphis and FNS, that is there for the experience, and they're trying to guide these younger guys into positions so they can actually get some kills.
And don't discount the skill that either of those possess. Semphis on the AWP since leaving Cloud9, he's had some of his best stats in CSGO on that AWP primary role. FNS as well, decent aim, like you said, not the best mechanical skill, but he can play a nice support role and good second man into the site.
This tournament especially is probably the best CS I've ever seen him play personally. It hasn't been amazing or anything like that, but in terms of finding frags, it's been good for 1 or 2. Nothing too electric, but you know, it's been decent.
Aggressive smoke right now from Taco. They double smoke up B long. He's going to try and get in here fast with the P250, but they're waiting for him. It's a greeting party, and FNS, the man we mentioned, he takes the kill into him. Remember coldzera, he's got that 1 AK on this CT side. They go for a nice boost to get more information, but that doesn't work out either. Tiny fraction of damage onto Twist, and FNX comes out much worse for wear, down to 21 HP. Just to be clear, just before you jump in, Automatic is probing A right now, so they still aren't committing against another anti-eco blindly.
Well, he's just trying to hunt out whether he can see some sort of stack there. If he finds maybe 2 players toward danger, that's still a fine call. Even if he dies, he said, well, guys, you've got a huge advantage going towards B. So it's not the end of the world if he goes down. They have them 5 and 4 right now. It's just coldzera with that AK-47 and actually fully committed towards B. So Automatic getting all this information. It's actually really good right now. If he walks to the A site uncontested, he's saying to his teammates right now, please just wait. I'm actually walking to the A site. There might not be anything here. You're running into a death trap here, and that's exactly what's happened. He's given the call. You can see on the minimap. Thank you, Connor. He brings it up, and it's going to be them rotating back towards A. I think the CTs are starting to realize now, so they'll be making their way for connector, but Automatic will be waiting for them. So this is a really nice call from TSM. Nice disciplined play, and not forcing themselves into difficult situations. They have no information. That's been a problem for them in previous rounds, but the problem is here. coldzera stepping up with the AK. He's there, he's ready. He gets 2. Fallen drops, and finally FNS does take them down, but it was a really promising situation for TSM. But coldzera throws a little bit of a spanner into the works there. What are this with these upside down signs? Is this a joke I'm not aware of? They're all holding it to the sides.
I'm not sure. Maybe they're tilted.
Oh,
or maybe they're just trying to lounge out like JDM, but either way, it is going to be the force buy into this from Luminosity. As mentioned, if they went for the save in the last round, they would have a decent buy in round 15. They go up against the AWP of Semphis. They have one on coldzera, not Fallen, and it's a glass cannon. And Cold's going to sit at the top of middle right now in that fast rotation position, but it's a 2-2 split around him with Taco and FNX on B. And Fallen and Fur getting aggressive out toward A long. Automatic slowly getting in that position to try and get information. He could actually be victim to this if he goes around this corner. He will go for that first Molotov. That should flush out Fallen, but Fur's still here, and if Fallen can bait him in, it should still be favorable for LG. But good read, nice read by Automatic, in fact, to check that as well.
Yeah, that flashbang does take out Fallen in that situation completely and isolates Fur, who's boosted up on the hay bales there. It's a very common position, of course, for him, though. What a response that is. Comes on the corner, knows he has to do something with that, and he takes down Automatic. That's once again him lurking towards A by himself. It's very similar to what we saw in the last round. So now he's reacting with TSM. They're trying to show their hand towards B. Molotov's going over towards those new steps that it actually extinguishes. I'm not sure if that's their own smoke. If it was, it's a bit of a blunder, but heading back towards A. That's Fallen though. Look at this position. He's going to completely wreck them here. He's top of middle, just behind that rock as well. He finds the first kill, but somehow FNS takes him down. Like I said, he has been improving in this as this tournament goes on. It's a great shot from him. 3-on-3. Still a massive advantage here for the T's, I would say, though.
Ooh, almost fully blinded up, and FNS just gets enough of a lineup on FNX, so Finesse takes down the Phoenix. As coldzera now in the back of the site, gets for elevation. He's trying to find them on the way through, but that only serves to give Semfis the angle, and he finds Taco through the door. It's going to be 8-7. You said every round counts for TSM. Well, they've still got a total task to go against the T side of Luminosity, but this is a good start.
Losing the pistol as well and getting that 0-3. They actually come... Oh, actually, they force spawned in a second, right? But still losing...
But then they got broken and still effectively had no money, so same result.
Losing the pistol ultimately and still winning on the T side against Luminosity on Cobble. A very strong map for them. This is looking very promising. We know TSM have a great CT side as well. We'll see what they can do here. It's up to Semfis, so he's the one holding it together with AWP. He moves around the map. We'll see what he brings to the table here. Pistol, I think for sure, going to be important. But that's the thing. TSM won like the majority of their pistol round. I think the stat was 7 out of 8 throughout this tournament. So if they manage to do it here, that'd be a huge bonus going forward. They've got 5 sets of armor. LG, on the other hand, it looks like a fast B play. They've got a couple of smokes to work with. Haven't chucked them out just yet.
Yeah, the pistol rounds for them have been absolutely crucial, and they've paid off. LG with all 5 players over toward the B site, trying to take over that drop position. Fallen goes down, and he manages to get taken out by sick twist trades on Fur, and now that position's gone, but they have got FNX down inside of the site. Atmon, watch Chicken Coop. Haven't checked it yet. It's exposed after the reload, but FNX, he's overwhelmed, doesn't know which way to look, can't find the angle, and it's from a distance. The cold. Again, TSM on this pistol round have the advantage, has to close this out. Does get one. Automatic's extremely low on HP. He's down to 2. Cold's pulled his back as Semfis falls. The one-on-one, he's got the bomb to work with in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Automatic knows he's not left just yet, but he's so low. 1 bullet.
What is going on in these decisions when they've got such huge advantages now? 1 versus 1, coldzera, all the time in the world. It's going to be so difficult. The mind games begin. Automatic almost has to fade to this point. Needs to work out. Is he still towards B? Is he going towards A? He has no idea. And he can see him edging his way towards those new steps positions, but the timing is not going to work in his favor. coldzera can play this very sly. If he went towards drop down right now, that would be quite a cool move. But let's see what he decides to do. Automatic going to be hot on his heels. And now coldzera has distanced himself enough from the B bomb site. He can start running at this point. And the thing is that Automatic has got him worked out. He's actually got a decent drop on him here. I don't think coldzera will be expecting this whatsoever. So this could be interesting, especially if he goes towards middle.
Yeah. If he cuts up mid, he takes a lot of that shortcut off of coldzera, who's just going to get to the site. He'll get a safe plant, won't be, nearly was exposed. But where does he anticipate that Automatic's gone? He's checking every angle. Oh, he's going to see him. He gets up, but nearly gets the shot down to 23. It's any bullet wins. As coldzera with that bomb planted, he just needs to bait this out. He doesn't have to readdress this. He's at 7, and Automatic through the wall is going to get it. TSM will get another pistol, and they've got a chance to take control of this second half.
After so many poor decisions there, after having a huge advantage against coldzera, he gets the bomb down, and 2 HP, like he said, 1 bullet would have done it for coldzera. He went for the face. Automatic hits the shots. It was Twist stepping up at the beginning of the round with the silenced USP, but everyone has kept facing in the open as well, giving coldzera opportunities. This was it. It was this one. Semfis, I'm sorry, but that's a horrible position to be in. Make them plant the bomb. I don't know how many times I've said this while watching TSM, but they want to get things done quickly. Luckily for them, though, Automatic steps up. There he is on the screen right now.
And not to mention, you talk about the young players. Automatic at least does bring some experience, even in his youth. Like with Professor Chaos, Nihilum for a while. Been on a few different rosters, the Denial roster as well, if I'm not mistaken, but finds himself here, and a big pickup for him. Another ace as well for him this season. I believe that's, if I heard correctly, 18 aces this season. For some reason yesterday I thought they said it would have been number 19. Now I'm confused, but that's the information relayed to us. Either way, it is LG picking up 2 kills, counter entry, and this AK-47 bought by FNX with both of those kills is going to be a huge factor in this round now. Molotov out, they know Sick is in behind the statue. They're trying to triangulate him from the drop round, and that works out perfectly because as soon as you give up that position, It's so easy to set a crossfire, even if they want to readdress that and try and wrap around. A second man from long holds it. Automatic though, this time he holds out 2 kills, and another defuse coming in for TSM.
Stepped up once again, they got a little bit tight there. Luminosity with the force, but they had the Tech 9s, the AK-47. We're seeing that more and more as we move forward to Counter-Strike. A little offensive meta. But they get the bomb down once again, so although they didn't win the round, they take down 3 CTs. The problem is, I've got a sneaking suspicion Luminosity may be tempted to buy into this one once again. I've got a feeling, man.
I'm watching it. Well, so far it's the Tech 9s. They're going to level out the money.
Okay. I thought they could probably got a couple of AKs there and they get 3 kills as well. It's definitely an option for sure, but it looks like they will be taking the more modest approach. Maybe thinking, okay, we need to play the long game here. Let's just have the partial bite. Tech 9s, pistols, no armor. And we'll see what we can do there. I've got a couple of smokes, so just trying to get the bomb down here. Obviously, still, these players at Tech 9s, very deadly indeed. And on the other side, we've got TSM with the MP9 Sufamuses and a couple of rifles here. Fast play there from FNX to get towards middle. He could cause some trouble here. Automatic takes a ton of damage. Actually goes down as well. 4 and 4. And Coldzera chimes in as well. This is getting uncomfortable. Look at Sempis. He's coming in the back. So he's taking out Coldzera.
Automatic. Oh, Sempis. Oh, this is great. Completely exposed. Fur can find all the kills he likes, but guess what? You've got company. Sempis picks him up, bomb down. He still have work to do to get toward the site, but that's the gun gone. And Sempis still approaching quickly on to this site. Taco's at least made it to stables. He's going to try and hold that position, but he's spotted up. Now Sempis has that information. It's just the man behind the hut they have to still find in the form of Fallen, who's got a P250. They're buying opportunity, though, in the form of time as it continues to dwindle away from that bomb. Good pick up by Twist. And now they isolate onto Fallen. Wraparound coming in. He's got pistol. Fallen taken down as well. And a good play. And Automatic, just to go back to the start of that round, he got caught by the speed of Luminosity because he was actually in the open. He wasn't behind the wall, and he wasn't behind the door because he was halfway down the ramp trying to just get a read if they were going to come through. And he got completely exposed to 2 men at a time.
He saw the mentality there of Fallen and Taka towards the end. One toward that top middle corner, and then Fallen beneath the balcony as well. The idea is Taka giving his position away. He's going to hide in tight, and then Fallen was going to hold a tight angle and try and kill them as he crossed to try and kill him. This point right here, so Fallen's actually firing off P250 bullets. You can see him in the back there, but the P250 at that range is very difficult to find those kills in the back. Can't actually make anything land, and it's going to be TSM picking up round number 11 for themselves here. But we go into the first gun round here of the second half. TSM with a pretty considerable lead here, 11-7. But the AWP is out. It's on Coldzera this time with 4 AKs. We'll see where Luminosity decide to head to their bets as we go into round number 19.
I mean, the one indicating factor in all of this is that all 3 rounds, even with the pistol 1, have come to defuses for TSM, which says that A, they've had close rounds and had to reinvest a lot, but also that LG is getting very close to winning these and getting onto the site time and time again. That has to pay off eventually. So TSM's going to have to find a way to slow them down before they can get into an execution position. Bomb drop, FNS, he's going to try and be the one to do so with a forward stance. Missed shot by Cole, but he still can't land it. Jump shot around as Cole tried to hit the quick shot on his legs, and FNS, well, decides in that close proximity with the smoke out that he might have a chance to try and get that AWP and get away, but he pays the price for it for... Oh, this is so good. Lets him get far enough away. Decides he's got to get him before he escapes completely, but wanted to see if he could find a second one. He's opened up connector. They can wrap back around if they elect to do so.
Yeah, great positioning there from Ferd. Like you said, waiting for another teammate to run through potentially. That takes a lot of trigger discipline. Almost got to the moment when he couldn't get the kill, but takes him down, and he gets the second as well. Sempis, surely aware he's in that connector area, and it's going to be around going in favor of Luminosity after losing 3. And Automatic remains. Looks like he fancies his chances towards this one. It's a 3-on-1, still possible, but he hasn't got a kit. That's the problem. Could probably find one from his fallen comrades, but this would be an absolute nightmare of a round for Luminosity to throw away, considering they have 3 AKs, all with full HP as well.
And Automatic, I think, is aware of that. As mentioned as well, the 3 close rounds, now a 4th bomb plant for Luminosity. Has left money still quite tight on the TSM side. 350 only for Automatic right now, 400 for Twist left over. Highest amount of cash is on Sempis, thankfully, if they want to bring out an AWP at 3850. Automatic not landing the shot right away on Fallen. That could have been awkward, but he should get far enough away. FNX is close, flash out. Bomb nearly takes the FNX down as he sits on 5 HP, but they're not going to reface on the matter of that because he can't afford to drop his weapon either.
Well, Luminosity did save 2 orbs here on the T side. It's a little bit unorthodox, but still definitely works, especially when you've got Coldzera and Fallen wielding those weapons. They can make them sing, that's for sure. This was a great play from FNS there. He smokes out towards the back, and he knows those players have boosted up. They're isolated behind the smoke, and he gets to the one that's boosted him up and pulls out the pistol, runs out of bullets, but he did enough damage with the spray through the box. Unfortunately, can't win the round. It's going to be the force pipe from TSM, like I said. Only winning 1 round here so far, Luminosity. This is a chance to break them, so I like this play. It's bold, it's audacious, but we'll see whether they can do anything with it. 3 rifles, 2 CZ-75, no kits, and lacking utility. Someone needs to step up here. Automatic's been great so far. Let's see what he can do. FNS on that platform. He's got the CZ in hand, and once again the same boost comes out. This time it's Cobblestone looking for anyone towards the new steps area. There's rattling off shots through the smoke. At this point it's just bleeding out the CTs. They know they're going to be low for money, Luminosity, but it's probably going to be something better. They'll probably hurt some shots at this point, so just seeing if they can sniff something out here. Cobblestone will probably stay up in this boost until that smoke goes down. And
relying heavily on the fact that both Sick and Twist can get close at both drop and out at long B. The 2 of the 3 rifles over on the A site to start this off. They'll be part of the retake if it gets that far. FNX slowly considering the options of what might lie in both the flank, and if there's an option to go back to A, he's forward enough he can start to go that direction because they still don't have openings at this B site. Fallen's made it at least into the drop room. Gonna check the corner, try and use that AWP, but he's been spotted by Twist, who now hugs the left wall, misses the shot again. Fallen, not characteristic of him, but goes back for more, and he will get sick of the second effort. And digged up though. FNX comes back, FNS comes back in. He gets tagged down, but he stays alive in this, so actually works out the trade quite well. Twist gets caught, but there is the answer LG needed. Down to just Semphis. M4 in hand, smoke in front of the connector door, and Luminosity. It should be 2 back-to-back to bring this to 11-9. Save already coming in for Semphis.
A lot of misses today from Fallen. Like you said, uncharacteristic, especially this quite easy shots as well in the back, and he's overthinking the situation and flicking too much and getting taken down there once again. We did see in the situation when they had the 1 AWP available, it's Cobblestone that's one opting for it. He's having a much stronger game right now. He's actually on 20 for 16. Fallen on 11 kills, but it's going to be a pretty convincing round at this point. Just Semphis remaining. He's with that balcony area. The Maze just takes off 1 piece of armor for him. And at this point, there's another terrace we'll be hunting, but exiting through connected together. Semphis can't hit the footsteps, but will be surviving here. Is that a Fox or?
I'm not sure what it is now. I'm more confused.
Put the banana down.
I think it's actually
put it down.
Yeah. Oh, I won't say. I was going to say it's their best impression of me, but you know, as we
so you are going to say it.
I think you're right. I'm not going to say really it, but I might say it. You know, that's how it works.
Right then. Okay. 11-9, and TSM do get broken at this point. It's going to be 4 pistols and Semphis saving the M4. We'll see what he can do here, but Luminosity starting to close the gap now. 2 rounds in it, and they have got that reconnaissance player, like I said before. Fur is going to the tighter positions, like drop down, not risk giving up too much here. Just jumps into his own Molotov there, takes a little bit of damage, but he's got control of drop down round, and it's easy kills. You can just see they have no idea what's going on at this point. Automatic goes down, and there comes reaction. You can see in the back, it's going to be FNS. But surely Fur is going to take him down at this point. There it is. The unarmored players is completely wrecked there by the MAC-10s, and Sick now will be rotating to join his teammate, just trying to defend him as they hold on to the M4A1S.
Smartly so. All 5 staying alive though for Luminosity. This starts to work wonders because 3 rounds in a row, all with bomb down again. So 6 rounds so far in this second half, and Luminosity's planted on all of them. And with the efficiency of this, they'll start to build up the bank account. Twist puts his end to that, does take 2 down. There's a bit of a reinvestment. Taco especially only with 2550 saved up from the last round. He'll be able to buy himself, but it's going to put him low again. So every kill still matters in this, especially with TSM. They're going to have a 1-round lead after this. It's going to come down to if they can break them fast enough, they can break LG and start to get a little bit of a breather, because right now momentum is shifting. With 6 bomb plants, you have to say Luminosity, even though they didn't get the pistol, they're in control of this half.
Yeah, there's been some very close situations indeed, but TSM, good news for them as they managed to save the AK and the M4 as well, so the money's not going to be a huge problem here going forward. That was an eco before, as you said. Semphis did the same the M4 from the previous round, but this was Fur doing some serious work with the MAC-10 there. Not really much to report this round, apart from this. This was kind of interesting as they were trying to save that weapon. He does manage to pick up a couple of kills, and that's where the point where Luminosity thought, you know what, it's not worth losing any more cash. Let's let them have it. Cut our losses at this point. It's going to be 11-10. Double AWP set up, still coming in for Lumi. But Semphis, let's see what he can do here. He finally gets you off on the CT side. Said he likes to play this fountain area. He's going to be hitting a lot of shots yesterday. Let's see if he can deliver a similar performance.
FNS and Automatic, the ones to address this A situation. Smoke out early as FNX, Fallen and Cold are all on the other side of it, so a little bit more of an A pressure situation from Luminosity. Crossfire established, Automatic the one in danger, but FNS is going to back away, and that therefore means Automatic has to do the same, or he runs the risk of being completely isolated with no escape plan, given the approach right now of LG. They've got Fur at the top of drop. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the strategy where they go for the drop, wrap around, And Taco's the one to try and sell the rotations to make Fur's job a little bit easier. So a 3-man take directly on the A site with the other two, trying to make that job much easier. And Automatic's forced away. There's the first pick. Automatic has to rotate over. Fur's actually going to go the long way around, so it doesn't go for the drop right away, but Taco is still here to try and confuse and catch off TSM.
Yeah. Well, this is why these defaults are so effective. He's staying to that 3-man tight unit. You've got so much firepower available on this Brazilian side as well. They get that first pick. That makes a very obvious option for them. And it's going to be 5 and 4. CT's rotating in. Smoke goes down towards connector as well, and Molotov towards balcony. Very difficult for that to get into the bomb side. No one's waiting there as well. Isolated here. That first kill goes in favor of Automatic. Semphis actually chimes in as well, so now they have got the man advantage.
Interestingly, Fallen does pull it back, but they catch out Taco, and Taco started to rotate back around the long way to come in with his team, and then I think there was a call made, no, go to drop, and because he was late, we saw him what that paid off. If he could have been in connector to catch off Semphis and co a little bit sooner, it might have opened up space for LG, but now it comes to a 2 versus 2, and Sick and Semphis go up against a double AWP. There's 3 AWPs out of the 4 players remaining, and Fallen on top of the site. He's got to get the read. Cold's not going to peek this out from Steagles. Close position. Sick gets the shot, and now Cold, he's forced to make the play. Bomb is planted for him, but watch the approach, and Sick hits them through the wall. Changes his angle by getting on Hut, and it's going to be TSM picking up number 12.
Very calm play there from TSM. It's a big round for them to pick up as well. After Luminosity, like I said, going towards long and getting that initial pick, it looks so promising for them. But the retake, maybe over ambitious there from Luminosity. Everyone facing 1 by 1 towards the balcony area, and Semphis is waiting for them with the AWP as well. They knew exactly where Cold's area was, and Fallen were used to him hitting those nutty shots in the close range. It doesn't seem to be delivering today. He's struggling slightly, and Cold's area left in a very difficult situation. Sick, great positioning there. Gets on top of the roof. He had no idea. He was just watching the bomb, trying to get that first shot. He knew he just had to kill 1 in that scenario. That would have been enough to win the round, but Sick stepping up. Increase that lead to 2. It's round number 23. Double ult set up this time for the CT. Still a full buy for Luminosity, and they're going fast, but FNS surely going to get the first kill. There it is. Takes down Fur. Rest of Luminosity will be going towards upper B, but someone already in the sight. It's Taco.
And he's found, though, by Sick, who again continues to perform on this map. 3 players left, 3 players on long B. They are going to come out the platform. Nade takes down Sick. That's FNX to open it up. No smokes left right now for the LG side, though, so they can't cross that bomb over safely. They need to control this by setting up a person to post up, beat the turret. That's Cold Zero, and allow the bomb to cross over, but they still can't find that opening pick. It's back down to 3s. And Cold knows in behind that tree, 1 TSM player does reside, but he can't get the angle. It's Twist he's looking for. And FNX is slowly starting to assume that they can try and go back to the other side if they can't get the picks required, and he's, at the very least, toward the drop room. And this could be surprising for them because they don't have anyone directly in drop. Automatic starting to consider that they're going A as well, looking for a flank. FNX can time this. Fallen makes a little bit of noise, keeps them busy. He can actually pop out. Even if he goes window, it could be a 2-man flank for him. Down he goes. The shot timed by Fallen. That disguises his drop, or at least is intended to. It also takes down Twist, and now FNX. He's in the open. And FNX comes directly in front of him. No idea he's there. Good adaptation and good mid-round call from LG to make that play work.
Yeah, it's all about Fallen now, pushing towards Jaw, finds that player towards Rock. I thought it was a great setup from TSM. Look, they had everything locked down. There's double odds working as turrets as well, but they can't find a single kill in this 3-on-3. It's a huge round as well. After winning 1, it looks like the money will be completely racked for TSM going to the next round. They only get $1,400, so Automatic saving this weapon. That's really, really important. If you can save an AWP, I say it time and time again on this map, if a CT team can have an AWP, even on an eco, their top players can deliver results. There's many options at the start, but oh my god, Automatic does spot 1. Doesn't even want to challenge him at this point. He's more than happy. Is he? No.
He's got a kit.
No.
Cold hears him. Cold's coming back.
No.
Cold's here. Here's him. FNX is there. He's going to get on this. It's a worthy effort. Is he really, though? Is he really going to get on this?
Oh my god!
Cold alive! It's so smart to drop the Molotov, but FNX gets there in time. I commend the effort, I really do. That was pretty clever, but Cold just got enough of a read when he heard him run.
That was kind of sick, I have to say. Oh my god, the Molotov drops behind him. Like you said, that's really smart. And you can see Luminosity looking a little bit disappointed that round. That hurts them going forward. It is luckily going to be a full eco for TSM, but that was a big play. A real chance. It came down to the 2 seconds left on the defuse, so definite potential there. Luminosity now, once again, 1 round away from tying things up. It's 11-12. They go into 2 SMGs. Not a huge deal considering the circumstances. Going to be PD-50s across the board pretty much for TSM. They boosted towards a tree. It's just full 5-man stack towards this side of the map. But you know what? Luminosity don't care. They're coming in. All guns blazing here. SMG starting it off. FNS just find 1 kill. That's all he'll get. Automatic now. Drops as well.
Good pick by Cole, but Semphis stacked up toward this chicken coop. Still here. Won't amount to much, 1 versus 3, and everyone else staring him down. They've tied it up, Luminosity, pulled it back to 12s, and again, the money a factor. They'll have it up for an AWP on Sempus if they want to go that route. 6 got 47, the rest are into the 3 grand range on this CT side, which does limit the utility that they can bring up. Kits as well, and some teams will like to go without kits. We saw Immortals do so, but again, 7 bomb plants so far. In fact, the last 2 came to kills closing it out, but bombs went down in all except the last round. So kits are actually a pretty important factor in this.
Yeah, so TSM will just be taking the partial by this point. They don't want to wreck themselves. They could have forced one into this when Phallus is max 7s. I think they will be losing the advantage here in terms of the round scores, but they want to make sure they have those AWPs, they have their M4s. They're not going to go bowing out of this second map just because they wrecked their economy so early on, but they have managed to pick up a map 10 here. They get the first kill as well. It's further drops. But they know they're up against just pistols here, so it's going to be Taco edging his way towards our new steps. And Zemphis, that's a really good teamwork there. Decent flashbang, doesn't quite get the timing there as Taco falls back.
Smoke out. Oh, that Molotov timing. Did it make it though? It doesn't quite. Apparently Zemphis is a Targaryen, but okay, it does reach him. In the end, he stays long enough, almost gets a shot. Taco gets the kill with the AK-47, and it comes back to 4-on-4 situation. Taco has a little bit of smoke off to his left. He tries to take advantage of that and peek toward the drop room, but it's going to be FNX getting aggressive. Caught in the end by FNX. So the 2 abbreviations of similar sounding. It's the LG prevail this time. It's going to be stick up top of the tree. He's taken down as well. Pretty straightforward at this point. They're just slowing the pace here, LG. Making sure they don't do anything careless to give a chance to TSM, and they'll take the lead for the first time since the first half when it was almost 5-1. Remember, that's how this started. And best to have the lead late.
Yeah, but by no means are we done here yet, Matt. This is TSM trying to build the money here. Like I said, they don't want to go out with pharmacists and shotguns in their hand. They want to make sure they have those rifles available to actually go toe-to-toe with Luminosity. Sempus will almost certainly have the orb next round. We'll see what kind of setup they present as we go into round number 26. It's just automatic now, saving in towards drop down with the CZ, hoping that someone just runs into his crosshair and he can pick up an AK here. Fallen thinking about it, but changes his mind at the last moment. They are sticking together. This is potential for him to get something, but Fallen locks him down. Now, of course, having quite a ropey game so far in terms of his AWP play, but the AK has actually been pretty reasonable.
Absolutely. But it is LG now in the lead. Desperate situation on TSM's side, but they still have the money in this one to go for it, given that they took that eco. Like you said, they went for that half buy to keep the money level. It's double AWP as well, so it's going to be automatic that's wielding the second one. He's going to go out toward long A, Sempus over toward B as per usual. 4 players on B, in fact, as Twist gets aggressive toward this drop position, so automatic's got some pressure applied early, but LG's been sitting here waiting for a push. It's very rare so far that they have gone around the corner. This time Fur, he might get flashed over by Fallen. Automatic waiting for it, no flash in, and it's just a dry peek. That does not work against an AWP in that position, so automatic an easy kill.
Most teams do the bounce flash over on the side of the wall there and actually take away that bit of risk there, but it's an easy shot for automatic. 5-4 now, he's done his job. He's actually alone on the A side as well, so he's delivered as FNX makes his way towards the middle.
But you are still correct in that he was alone, because FNX coming up the top ramp and smoking off the door. It's Sick that has to rotate over, but he's only given the option of balcony. With a single pick against them, LG can't afford to commit blindly. They're going to slow it again. FNX is the one they want to play this off of, see if he can get a pick of anyone rotating. Well, clearing out danger. Taco waiting in the B tunnels. No one pushing through onto him just yet, but FNX getting more and more aggressive. Fallen as well at the corner, has the AWP. So FNX should now focus on the site with Fallen in position to cover off the door and the top of balcony from that position, but he can't see exactly the player that's dropped down. Sick has made it in below. The APC is going to prohibit that vision, and FNX is going to have to clear this himself, and he's trying to isolate this out. Automatic's going to be able to see him from the barrels, and the shadow shows. Sick pops. FNX goes down. A 2-man advantage for TSM to draw this level. Money's still good on the LG side. They'll have to do it twice. They need to stay efficient. Cold's got a smoke in front of him. He won't be able to push through blindly again. He'll be exposed to both Sick and Automatic, who pops out, takes Taco. This is working so well. LG just can't find the openings. It's Cold, 1 versus 5. He's managed at least 1 kill. Looks for Automatic, who is able to get down off the roof, stay alive behind the hut, and Cold, they know exactly where he is. Gets up the wall, down to 15 HP, but 2 kills. Time's out, has to stay alive, and Semfis gets him.
They knew what they had to do there. That's so well played from TSM there. They get that early man advantage, automatic going towards long, and they fall right back. That's what you should be doing. When you have those advantages, make them work for you. Luminosity forced to go all the way to the APC. They're so committed at that point before they can find a kill. That's what you want to do. Make these guys feel pressure. They can't actually get anything working. Look at this setup. Automatic there in the back right of the site. He's covering his teammate as he's in that tight corner. It's so strong, and they drop the smoke on the right-hand side of APC. There's no time available, and you know what? The kicker there as well. It's cold. Doesn't get any money. They desperately wanted to make sure he was still alive when the timer ran out. They finished things off there. But round number 27, Luminosity coming a little bit harder this time. They're going to go very fast. Once again, it's going to be automatic getting that first shot, and he hits it, but Fallen only takes it in the leg.
Yeah, but look how much faster they're up the ramp this time, LG. And with automatic so much further back, the amount of smokes deployed, there's really no access for TSM. They're going to try to go right through it. Molotovs to go out, bomb. It's at the APC. It needs to be careful here, FNX, to make sure he gets it on the site. He's done so. He'll go for the plant. And it's a straight-up brawl. TSM is so aggressive, and FNX, he can be confronted easily with a wraparound at the broken wall. He's in toward the cannon position, in fact, close up towards CT side of it. As Cold gets one more, but a lag shot through. It's FNX to close it. They're still down a man, and it's going to be pretty much all over with Fallen collecting that kill. It should be around for LG. Semfis, no kit, has an AWP, and it's going to be a valuable AWP as once again their money's limited. And it's going to be 14 rounds now for LG.
Do you know what? That's just Fallen with a nice clever on the fly call, sorry. He's noticed there's one all by itself towards A. He's like, you know what, if we go fast towards middle, he misses that first shot. He actually hit it, but he legged Fallen there. If he misses that first shot, he doesn't get a kill. We can get in there, smoke him out of position. Just go very fast indeed. The rotations will be coming in, but we'll just Molotov them out of position. And it's going to be Semfis saving his weapon, and unfortunately for the CTs here, that's a full reset after winning one round. 14-13 in favor of Luminosity. They are touching distance now of series points. You feel like it has to be the force buy from TSM now. It's going to be the AWP. Get the CZs out, get the armor, hope for the best. It's interesting FNS went for head armor, considering the circumstance, but potentially could have got a smoke grenade instead, but there it is. Is there any money left over for them?
And a full stack on the B site. No automatic solo this time. Semfis, oh, this is desperate. He's trying to get toward that long position, but they're already in the tunnel. He does work it out. He finds one shot on Cold Zero. He gets a lot of information. Missing the jump, can't go for the repeat, but he's going to hold the tight angle again. Hits it as well. Taco down. Fur's got to kill in return, and now he's overwhelmed. The flashes come out, but it's automatic to step up. He finds Fallen on the way through. It's a 2 versus 2. There's no guns picked up, but bomb inside of the site. LG committed. Molotov goes out. They try and get the boost. Doesn't work. His automatic fades back. Tries to get a shot on Fur, but he's the last alive and can't get away. It's going to be map and series point for LG.
Semfis just trying to do everything he can in that situation. Like I said, if you just have one orb, there's definite possibilities. He has to go a little bit aggressive, which he does as well. Nails the first shot and the second, but unfortunately the kills he gets, there's no way the CTs who are remaining to actually pick up those rifles. They'll have to P250s in a 2 versus 2 situation. LG just completely take over with the Molotov dropped on their feet, and they're trying to retreat and reposition themselves. Doesn't work out. We're going around number 29, potentially the last round here. TSM do have 3 weapons available. Make it 4 with the Palace, and their CZ in the hands of FNS. It looks like a fast B play here from Luminosity, but it's the boost. Trying to be creative here. It works for the first kill. Automatic still committed to this. The smoke works perfectly, and now he's got control of the situation.
FNS at danger just to make sure there's no chance to wrap back around to the A side as TSM. Play for overtime, 1-man advantage to work with. 6 gonna get toward that stairwell. Taco and Cold inside the tunnel directly. They've gone for that boost position to see over top of the smoke, and 6 just gonna have to sit and wait and let them get closer because he can't afford to get caught inside of that. Especially with Cold spraying into it as he is with that AWP. Firing blindly. And Semfis. The interesting thing out of this is they're letting Twist, who's close to Sick, watch back into the Archip drop so that they can't wrap around and catch automatic, because Semfis has gone so passive on that drop position. Smoke out on the back window. And he's going to have to make the right decision on exactly how he approaches this, with FNX getting much closer. Twist, a smart smoke late, but FNX is in front of that. He won't be scouting this. He won't be peeking toward it. He loses that duel. That opens up the platform. And now Semfis needs to get closer to the site, which leaves FNX inside of that position. It's Sick, leaving automatic open at the chicken coop. And watch the flank, though, because this has bought a lot of time. FNS is coming in. They're both looking for it. He's gone toward drop instead. They win that duel, so he doesn't elect to go all the way down, but Cold and Fallen are both staring and waiting. FNS gets caught, but nails it. He gets it with the pistol. Bomb down. A little bit more time bought. It's a 2-man advantage now for TSM, and Cold's up close. Thankfully goes to the Tech 9, knowing the damage as it is. Flash is avoided, but he's lost his teammate Cold, and they've got the information. FNS has done enough on this flank. He's got him down, Cold. He's got the bomb, but it's 10 seconds, and that's going to go the round to TSM. We're going to round 30, and potentially more, as the money, they'll buy in again. But TSM's going to have the same in return and an AWP out if they want it.
Unbelievable scenes here. Who would have thought TSM would go to get Luminosity right down to the wire here? It's the second map. I think we have a pause coming in from Luminosity as well. They go for that creative play. They knew they have to dig deep at this point. Someone needs to be stepping up. It's automatic this time. Boosted up towards the drop-down area. He gets that first kill, and then there's clever rotations coming in as well. FNS getting great information from his teammates. He's coming all the way in through the B halls. Finds the kills with the CZ. He really is doing everything he can to keep his team alive here. One more round will take us to overtime. Luminosity still have money available for a pretty healthy buy here. You can see we've got Cold there on the AWP. Like I said, Fallen has been struggling with that weapon, so they're actually opting the rolls towards him. But TSM now, one more round. Do we believe?
They've been so good on this map all weekend. Fnatic 16-14, Luminosity 15-14. Chance to go to overtime and push this series on to Train. And the timeout called by Luminosity. Again, AWP saved by Cold, that's brought over. They've got money to bring out. The AK's fallen as well, though. He's a little bit limited, 3450, excuse me, and no buy just yet coming in from him. So they're not gonna have decent utility. In fact, FNX bought down to 100, only has a decoy brought out. And an execution-based team, they're gonna have to weigh it out and prioritize where they wanna try and get Molotovs and smokes down.
Well, Fallen's still yet to buy, so he could go for that Tech 9 potentially and have the array of utility, right? So he could kind of balance him up. But he's gone for the Galil actually, so it's a little bit more focused on firepower. He has got the Galil armor, so gets a smoke and flashbang as well.
Exactly that. Going for the Galil gives them the fourth smoke, and they've got 2 Molotovs. We say that 3 is ideal on a B entrance now with that additional stairwell. The third one, arch stairs, and then the third one being chicken coop. How does TSM approach this? They elect not to go to the AWP. It's going to be all rifles, all utility, 3 kits in play.
Well then, the pause is coming done. All roads lead here for TSM. One more round to take them to overtime to give them a second bite of the cherry against Luminosity. Or it's just one for Lumi to book their place in the grand final here.
A long game as well, and G2 sitting, watching and waiting this, resting and getting ready. It's Twist on that stairwell. Semphis toward chicken coop. They've got down drop. It's an opening pick from Taco. Twist goes down. It's Semphis that has to stay alive inside that smoke, more so now because FNS is lost. He's going to have to foil this whole play, and it's through the smoke. Taco reads it. It's all working out for LG. The rotation, it's sick and automatic. Smoke out, Molotov off, buying more time, more space. Bomb to go down for Luminosity. 1:14. When it does so, a very fast entrance onto that B site. Automatic's gonna go for the flank. It worked for FNS, but that was because they had manpower. This time, they surely do not. Good play, he will find one and drop. Gives a bit of a chance for Sick, but it's Fur that's closed up behind the door. That really could catch them off on the entrance. It's an automatic, not going for that drop commitment. It's Cold looking toward him. Flash goes out, denies the AWP the first shot. He's gonna counter flash that in return and try and push as fast as he dare, but it's still an AWP to go against him, and Cold's gonna win the angle. 16-14 it is, and Luminosity straight through to the grand finals.
We don't see overtime, and we say goodbye to TSM, but what a tournament it's been for them. What a fairy tale story, turning up the complete underdog. No one expected anything from them. They opened things up against Astralis, take them down on this very map. And now going up against the #1 team in the entire planet. 16-14, could have well gone to overtime. And say what you want about the NAC, these guys are working hard. They're bringing the talent to these events, and they're showing us there is potential here. Their first ever time on European soil, and I think that's a really admirable performance, and they deserve all the credit there.
Absolutely, and let's not forget the 6-man Valens has been behind this team as well, played with Hiko on that Nihilum roster. And they said it, they've got the individual skill, there's no doubt about that, and when they're all firing, it's very consistent frag distribution. They can actually put up numbers against anyone. But the experienced Luminosity will find themselves in yet another grand final, a week away from a major. And again, credit to TSM, but now they play G2 Luminosity. And that is a game that I am more